Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another Mixed Manny chat. This week's theme is red, white, and blue for the 4th of July. Compliments of Tara Stoddard's Facebook group. So here we are, getting ready for the 4th, which is falling on a Tuesday this year. Really random. I do get a day off of work that day, but not Monday. So let's get our nails looking really good for the 4th. And yeah, for the sets I'm going to use today, Color Street, I've got Red, White, and Beautiful, and Couldn't Carat Less. And what I'm going to do with the Couldn't Carat Less is I'm actually going to cut out some stars, because if you look at the American flag, we've got the white stars and white stripes. I'm going to skip on the stripes, but at least I'm going to do some stars. So let's get started. The stars are going to come first, so let's go with those. And this is a set, Couldn't Carat Less, that I've been eyeballing this set and going, do I really need a white set? I don't wear white very often. And then Color Street had their red, white, and blue sale, buy one, get one free, and I was like, okay, it's time to get this set. So I did, and it arrived just in time for me to use for this week's Mixed Manny. So it was like it was meant to be. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. My weekend's been kind of bizarre. Started off really awesome. So on Friday, Panda Bear and I had a date night, and we went and had some Oaxacan food. I got to try grasshoppers for the very first and possibly last time of my life. They're very crunchy, and the ones we had were kind of salty. But yeah, not exactly something that I would go searching for as far as foods to eat. Texture-wise, not so bad, and taste-wise, you know, it wasn't terrible, but when food is kind of like a visual thing, and you're looking at them and they literally look like dead grasshoppers, it's hard to stomach it. So I did try it, though. I did try it, so can't say I didn't try it. But yeah. But after that, we were at the Grove, and we got to see Indiana Jones in the evening time, which was a whole lot of fun. Theater was pretty packed for a 10 p.m. showing of the movie. So yeah. But of all the Indiana Jones movies, it falls somewhere in the middle, I think, for entertainment value. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really late at night, though, and Panda Bear was, like, nodding off. But yeah, overall the movie was really good. So if you are an Indiana Jones fan and have seen all the movies, or if you haven't seen all the movies and you want to, if you have Disney Plus, stream all 4 of the movies and then go watch the movie in the theaters. Those are the type of movies I really want to see in the theaters, because just the production value of it, it's worth paying like the extra money to see it on the big screen. So yeah, I think the next big movie that I'll be seeing with my girlfriends will be the Barbie movie, which I'm excited about that one because of all the work they put into the set designs and everything. And Ryan Gosling. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Ryan Gosling since I was very young. Since he was on the Mickey Mouse Club and was kind of dorky and really cute. So I'm excited about that. But yeah. And then the rest of the weekend was kind of a blur. Did have a lot of good foods, good eats. So that's good. Had really awesome Malaysian food. Which this one restaurant out here in Alhambra does some awesome Malaysian food. And yeah, just spent a lot of time with family. It was my dad likes to celebrate his lunar birthday on the lunar calendar. The Chinese do it a lot, and so we celebrated his lunar birthday on Saturday. And then this morning my mom and I went and got our hair cut. My hair was getting super long and getting towards my butt, which I did not want to have my hair down to my butt. So it was time. It was ready. I was ready for a haircut. So my mom and I went and got haircuts this morning, and then we ended up going to go eat Vietnamese pho because my dad said that he was craving that. So continue celebrating his birthday weekend. But yeah, my mom and I also went to the grocery store and bought all this delicious fruit. We were at the grocery store after we got our hair cuts, and there was a lady there passing out samples of Cosmic Crispy Honeycrisp apples. And they were really sweet and really crunchy and pretty awesome. So we ended up buying the apples. And then we also ended up buying, there was a watermelon. It was called black watermelon because I guess the skin of the watermelon was like really dark green. And so they said it's going to be really sweet. We didn't get to try a sample of it, so going to be curious as to what that's going to taste like, which that is literally going to be our last meal of today. Is we're going to eat a whole bunch of fruit. A whole mess of fruit for our dessert, because we had dinner pretty early. So my sister-in-law Carla and her kids for Christmas had given Panda Bear and I a $50 gift card, and one of the restaurants that we could use it at was BJ's restaurant and brew house. And so we got an advertisement from BJ's saying that 4th of July weekend, half off pizza. Their pizzas are usually like $30-some, and half off pizza sounded great because then none of us had to cook during this hot summer weekend, and we were able to like eat without having to shell out very much cash. So we finally decided to use the gift card. So thank you, Carla. Thank you, kiddos. We ordered some pizza. We had mozzarella sticks and wild wings. We had wings. And so it was perfect. It was the perfect amount of food. Not much money had to be spent out of pocket. But yeah, overall a really good weekend. I had intentions on doing some work this weekend, but my head was just not in the right place for it. So I'm just gonna listen to my body, listen to my brain, and just wake up early tomorrow and tackle it all. And then we luckily have the 4th off, so it'll be a nice break. To kind of just break up the whole week. But yeah, so what I'm doing with these stars, I'm also going to add 1 star right here, which I totally forgot to do, but I will do that once I do all of the tips. But basically, I'm hoping that it has a nice design. I didn't want like the tips of my nails to be like a full-on French tip, but I also didn't want it to be all bare. And I know this Red, White, and Beautiful is one of those glitter dips where it's going to have most of the color, the glitter is going to go right here. So it's going to kind of cover up a lot of the tip of my nail anyway. But I wanted to have some of the white underneath it as a contrast. So that is the plan for this week's mani. I've been thinking about it too, as far as like what white I had wanted to put underneath, because this by itself is already really sparkly. But yeah, when this arrived in the mail yesterday, I was like, yes, perfect timing. Perfect timing for me to do my nails. So it was meant to be. But yeah, I completely like splurged when Color Street had the buy one get one free sale for red, white, and blue sets. So I think July might be a no buy July. No buy July for me as far as Color Street is concerned, because I have so many sets already. So yeah, I gotta slow my roll. Otherwise I'll have way too many sets and not enough days in the year to like do my nails. Are there other people out there like that? I know some of my Color Street nail friends are like that, where you have more sets than you can think of using. Let's see, hold on. I'm gonna take my nail fee like this, so I'll probably want the star facing this way. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just lay it down. Alright, let's keep going. And I think I could probably use these. Just this one's not gonna fit, I think, because... Oh, actually, it might be able to get 1 or 2 stars out of this one. So let's do it. Let's do it. So what's everyone else doing? Are you guys celebrating? Have you celebrated the 4th over the weekend now? Or are you guys going to celebrate on Tuesday? What's everyone doing? Comment below. We are going to be going to my sister-in-law Carla's and doing some fireworks with the kids. So that's going to be fun. Uncle loves doing the fireworks with the kids, and I love filming it because it's just a lot of fun. The first year we did that with the kids, they were really scared because they were young. I mean, they're still young, but they were a lot younger and not used to the fireworks. But now that they're getting a little older, they actually really are excited about doing fireworks. And I bought stuff to make homemade slime with the girls because the youngest one has been asking for rainbow slime. And I was like, okay, maybe we'll buy them some slime. But then I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be way more fun to just make it ourselves at home? So on Pinterest, anyone else a fan of Pinterest? I love Pinterest because there are so many good ideas for DIY projects for the kiddos. But on Pinterest, I found this DIY make your own slime. So we already had a whole bunch of shaving cream that we had gotten on sale a few months ago. Panda Bear bought it because it was on sale, but I'm not a shaving cream kind of gal. I like my shave gel for when I'm shaving my legs and my pits. Is that TMI? I don't know if that's TMI. But I'm a shave gel kind of gal. Specifically the sensitive skin Gillette is my favorite for shave gel. So when he had gotten a whole bunch of shaving cream on sale, I tried it, but I didn't like it. So it was as if it was meant to be that we were going to make homemade slime, because now I'm gonna get to use that shaving cream without having to buy like extra for us to make slime. So the DIY instructions says I needed borax. I don't know. It's an ingredient, I guess, that's in like, you can add to like laundry detergent, or it's some kind of cleaning agent booster or something. I have no idea. But that was one ingredient I had to buy. And then food coloring to color the slime. And then we got the shaving cream, and then we've got white glue. And I think those are all the ingredients that the video to make your own slime had called for. So, kind of excited. I hope it actually comes out good. I have a whole bunch of like confetti that I bought, thinking I was going to use them for doing my nails and all of that, but like the texture of the confetti was just a little too thick for my liking as far as using it for my nails. So now I've got a good excuse to use that for when we make the slime, so that it has a little bit of texture. And so yeah, definitely we'll post about it when we do it to see if it's a disaster or if it's a success as far as making our own slime. I think what the video had said was like, it's the most fun to play with that slime like when you first make it. So I don't think it's a slime that's meant to be like long lasting, and you know, you get to play with it over and over again. Plus, I don't think it's going to matter that much with the girls because their attention spans for toys isn't all there as far as any toys go. So yeah. And of course, if they like it, we can always make it again. So yeah, I will report back as far as how the slime making process went. Probably during next week's Mixed Manny chat. Oh, here we go. And now I can't remember what the next week's theme is going to be. I guess I'll find out when I'm planning for next week's. I know this week's red, white, and blue patriotic Manny was something that I've already been mulling over for like weeks on end, because a whole bunch of people on Facebook and on Pinterest and on Instagram, there's just been so many different patriotic Mannies that I've seen, and I love like so many of the designs. I try not to do like the same exact one as anyone I've ever seen, just because I like doing something different. I like making it my own, but I do like looking at other people's mixed Mannies for inspiration. So there were so many different ones, and it was really exciting to see. But I knew I wanted stars. Sorry, I'm like distracted because there's a little piece that's stuck in there and I don't know how I'm going to get it out. Oh well, it'll probably eventually get itself out somehow. The weather this weekend though has been like hot and humid. It's not, summer is definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite season at all, because I just do not like the heat, humidity. I'm not good with it. I like crisp autumn air. And even springtime sometimes gets a little too warm for my taste. But then winter's a little too cold. So the fall, autumn time, when the weather's actually behaving like the fall, is my favorite time of year. And here in California, we've actually had a pretty mild summer so far, but this past weekend it's been kind of warm. So I am looking forward to going to work tomorrow because at the office we have central air. So that will be nice to have a little bit of air, because here at home we don't have central air. We just have our standing fans, which is better than nothing, but I can tell already my nails are feeling a little bit extra sticky because the weather's hotter than the nice 72 degrees that these nails want to be kept in. So yeah. I don't know if this is a good place to talk about this, but I do want to talk about it. Are there any people out there that have had days where you wake up thinking the day is going to go a certain way, and then somehow something is said that triggers you to just have a really bad thought, and you just need to kind of be away from everyone for a little while? That was me yesterday. And I didn't mean to, but I ended up worrying my family a little bit with my actions. I just was feeling really I don't know how to describe it. Upset, I guess, is a good word. And I was feeling really upset and prone to violent tendencies. I wanted to hit something. I was just really, really in a place where I needed to not be around people I loved, because I was concerned I was going to say or do something that I would regret. And so kind of ran off. And, luckily I do have people that care about me. And I ended up walking to Cascades Park, which is here in Monterey Park. It's got a nice little waterfall and stuff like that. And I sat there kind of ignoring phone calls, ignoring text messages, just thinking. Took a while, but finally kind of snapped out of it and finally let my family know where I was, and then was able to have an okay rest of the day. But I don't know, haven't had moments like that in a long time. I think the pressure that I put on myself for wanting to just get a lot of stuff done sometimes is just too much. Sometimes your mind, your body, all of it just needs a vacation from everything, I think. And it's much harder to do that when you live with people. I remember when I was younger, it was much easier to just kind of escape because I didn't have as many responsibilities and all of that. But yeah, had one of those little moments. I won't get too much into it, but I think it's gonna be hard to put a star right there. but we'll try it anyways. We will try it. It's going to be kind of big though, but it's okay. I do want it to kind of all match, so let's do it. And you know what I realized is I completely forgot to turn on my timer, so I don't know how long this video is and whether or not it's going to be two-parters. I'm going to take a look right now. Looks like we're at 25 minutes. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a two-parter because these stars are taking way longer than I thought they would to be cut and placed. And I think also because it took me a little while to even get started on the mani. I sometimes get distracted when I'm talking, and yeah, I get distracted when I'm talking. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing my nails right now while I'm talking. So that happens. Alright, so let's keep going with the stars here. This weekend I had a whole lot of chicken, so the Malaysian place is known for their Hainan chicken, the place that we went to yesterday, and I love Hainan chicken. Okay, not everyone's gonna love Hainan chicken because, like, I don't want to say it's like cold chicken, but the chicken's not like hot. And I know a lot of people, as far as chicken goes, it's a texture thing. But like for me, the Hainan chicken is like one of my most favorite chicken dishes because it's very like simple yet so flavorful. And I love my chicken, like chicken thighs are like the best type of chicken in my opinion. I love the silky smooth texture of a chicken thigh, and the way that Hainan chicken is made, and the chicken rice, it's like so flavorful. And then their ginger sauce, oh my gosh, like there's nothing like that ginger scallion sauce that the ginger sauce that they use for Hainan chicken. It's just, yeah, if you haven't had it before and you're a fan of chicken and you don't mind like room temperature chicken, like Hainan chicken, highly recommend. And we had some roti, which is this like delicious kind of flaky, I don't know what to describe it, almost like the texture of a crepe. It's hard to like compare it to something. You have to like see it to understand. Like maybe if you've had Indian food and you've eaten naan, that kind of like bread or whatever, it's kind of like that, like, but with their curry, oh, it's heavenly. I really am addicted to food. Food is, I live to eat. Don't ever take away all my good foods, I tell you. But one thing that I have, a challenge for me is I've given up like packaged foods, as far as like chips and cookies and all of that stuff, because I'm trying to limit the stuff that goes into my body. And on top of that, this will be a shocker, but I've also given up eating crumble cookies. Don't know how long that's going to last, because they're opening up a crumble cookies right by my sister-in-law Carla's house. But for now, I have deleted the Crumble app. I have kind of turned off notifications from the channels that I was watching on YouTube for the Crumble Cookie Mondays and all of that, which is kind of sad because I really enjoy watching some of the channels give the reviews on the cookies, but it's too much. For someone who's really like, food kind of runs my life a bit, I saw that it was not being helpful. So yeah, trying to treat my body better. So yeah. Plus, most of the cookies I've had from Crumble have not been like over the moon, like wow, you gotta have it kind of cookies. There have been one or two, especially some of their strawberry ones, my goodness, like. But you know what? I can make those. Like, I'm just being lazy. Like, I could totally buy the ingredients, and my sister-in-law Carla and her kids and I could totally make those ourselves, if not better than Crumble cookies. And we can control what ingredients are going into our desserts, and that's just way better. So, you know what? That is the thing that's happening now. Just trying to live a healthier life as far as the foods I'm putting into my body. Like, we went to the movies and we didn't even end up getting popcorn. But of course, that's because we ended up, we went to Madre, which is where I had the pleasure of trying grasshoppers. And we got there in time for their happy hour, before happy hour ended. And so we were able to have a whole bunch of different, like, happy hour menu items. And it was perfect. It was the perfect amount of food. Like, during the daytime, like, the only thing that I had eaten, which I hadn't eaten anything, but I drank 2 bottles of electrolyte drinks. And I had my usual coffee, and that was it before we went to dinner. So, and then I was able to go to C's Candies, and I just bought like 3 of my favorite ones, which was the milk chocolate almond squares. So we bought that for the theaters, and then we had gone to Dylan's Candy Bar and gotten a tiny package of candies that we each chose for ourselves, which I think that's going to be the last time I do Dylan's Candy Bar too, because it wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it would be. Like, my memory of the last time Panda Bear and I did that, like, I remember the candy being better, and this time around, when we were watching Indiana Jones and eating the candy, like, it wasn't as enjoyable. So I don't know if that means, like, my body is changing because I've decided, you know, to change what I put in my body, or if it was just the candies I chose this time weren't as good. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure I'm over that type of candy, like gummies and, like, all that. So, you know, and we didn't end up getting popcorn, which shocked Panda Bear and myself, but could have been that the movie was just a late night movie and we were just, like, overeating, like, over the need to eat. So yeah. And then even yesterday too, eating the meal at the Malaysian restaurant, that was like my one meal of the day. I didn't really eat anything else, and I had like a handful of macadamia nuts, but yeah. But because we only had that one meal during the day, Panda Bear and I had an adventure. So I know, here I am saying, watch what we put into our bodies, but then we have this episode of very reminiscent of how Panda Bear and I used to do late night runs for food. So Panda Bear and my dad ended up like having a home improvement project that they worked on yesterday evening, and we didn't end up eating the fruits. We were going to eat a whole bunch of fruits. My mom was like all prepared to be like, okay, we're going to have fruits for like dinner, dessert. And Panda Bear and my dad ended up, when he came home from Carla's, working on replacing a faucet in the kitchen sink. And that took like a long time, and so I was already asleep by the time they finished that project, and woke up in the middle of the night, and Panda Bear was awake too. He woke up, and I think it was because there was an earthquake, from what I read, off the coast of Malibu. I don't know if any of you guys here in Southern California felt that, but according to some of the posts that I read in the middle of the night, there was a earthquake. I don't know if that was true or not, but all I know is Panda Bear and I were up around the same time, and I was telling him how I had seen an Instagram post about Snoop Dogg having a munchie box at Jack in the Box. And so we were looking it up just for fun, you know? And we saw what was in the box, and we're like, oh yeah, that's not as great as it sounds. And it was really like, I didn't know the price at the time. We found out later it's like 14 bucks. But we were like, no, like, you know, not really in the mood for that. But then we were thinking about, so first we were thinking about J&S. So J&S is a hole-in-the-wall like restaurant here in, is it in Montebello or is it still in Monterey Park? I feel like it's on the border, and I feel like it might be in Montebello. But they're open 24 hours, so they have really good breakfast burritos and stuff like that. But then we were talking about Jack in the Box's tacos, because from what we remember, Jack in the Box, their tacos was 2 for 99 cents. I mean, what kind of deal is that? Like, can't beat that price. And their tacos are pretty tasty. So after much deliberation in the middle of the night, it was like 4 a.m., Panda Bear and I decided, okay, we're gonna go get some Jack in the Box tacos. And if my parents were to somehow wake up when we got home, they would have some tacos. If not, and they didn't wake up, of course, because it was the middle of the night. But Panda Bear ended up eating, we bought 10 tacos,